Hey guys, so today I will be talking about what I feel about the current state of the game and the anniversary that we're having right now, the third year anniversary, and also talk about what I feel about the units and what changes do they make to the meta and what do I think, where do I think they will fall when it comes to the other units that have already existed and how they compare to the Zenkais that we've had for so long. So let's talk about the anniversary. So we're at the third year anniversary, and I will say that this anniversary is easily the best one. Now, in terms of hype, the first year anniversary is obviously gonna be the best one, I think, because it was the first year anniversary and we obviously didn't have any anniversary before, so the hype that we had during the first year anniversary is obviously going to be the the most hype there has ever been, because this is the first time we're having anniversary in the game. And we had Super Vegito as the LF, and for the first time we could run a full Godki team. So it was obviously very, very hype back then, and second year anniversary it was fine, but Vegito Blue was just ruining everyone's experience in PvP just because how broken he was. And in the third year anniversary it's more of the same, but at least this time there's no Vegito Blue that can just single-handedly destroy every single team he faces. This time at least there's more variety as well. We have GT finally getting some love. We have Future getting more love, but what are you gonna do? Godki and Future are the newer installments in the Dragon Ball series, so we're obviously gonna have more of those. So we have more hype maintained in the anniversary. And honestly, even without the units, this anniversary has been doing a lot of things very well. Now, the first thing that comes to mind is the free LF Z power. Now, I am someone who always values the multi Z power banners over any other banners. The ones where you can spend 3000 crystals to get a guaranteed 600 multi Z power. I feel like even over anniversary banners, that banner is the most valuable banner. Outside of, I'd say, the guaranteed LF banners, where you can obviously get three LFs as a guaranteed, and you could obviously get more. So I guess that one is more valuable for 3k crystals, but I do always pick those up because let's face it, the anniversary banners, anniversary units are very good, but just having the ability to feed 600 Z power to any legendary finish unit, it gives you a lot of freedom to what unit you want to power up, instead of just going for the 0.5% chance on the anniversary banners. We also have been getting those raids. Those raids are very, very good. 1k for each run. 3, I think there's gonna be 3. We are already having the second raid right now, so 3000 crystals plus the Shenron. The Shenron is always fun to summon Shenron and wish for 1k crystals, and we also do get 100 crystals up to 10 times. So the Shenron is basically 2k crystals with a lot of extra good stuff we get, like skip tickets, multi-Z power, sparking medals, and all that stuff. So I'd say overall, when it comes to crystals, when it comes to free stuff, especially we've been getting the 6 Gokus. Now, I personally don't really find them any use to me, but still, free stuff is free stuff. We've been getting a lot of chrono crystals as well. The banner is gonna be up for a long while. So if for someone like me who haven't gotten any of the 2 LFs, we can still try until we get the unit. So that's always good. Now let's talk about the units, because as I said, the anniversary is good. The other stuff is always fun to get, but it's mostly about getting the LFs, getting the new units and trying them in PvP. So let's talk about the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Let's just get that guy out of the way. Now, I do think he is the best non-Zenkai unit in the game, even at 2 stars. And the fact that they made him very... I think he's a very beginner-friendly unit because he just cancels combos because you just click on him. He has that cover knockback on strike and blast, so you don't really have to time that well. You just have to click on it, and even if the opponent's doing a strike or blast, you can usually just deflect it with the cover knockback. And even if you fail to do that, he does take type neutral damage, so you're not gonna get instantly obliterated. And also to add the fact that he actually is very, very tanky. Surprisingly enough, when I saw his info, I had my doubts because at 2 stars units don't really tend to tank that well unless they have card destruction ability or key reduction ability like Gohan, Future Gohan, Yellow Future Gohan. But this guy actually at 2 stars can tank very, very well. Even from my Super Saiyan 3 Purple Zenkai 7 Goku, he actually tanks very well because he has type neutral. He usually can get away with 4 to 5 cards. I think he can get away, which is insane for a 2-star units. Now at 4 star and 6 stars especially, he is extremely strong. His special move does a lot of damage, and especially considering you can get another one instantly when you use the special move damage. So you basically have 2 special move, and usually when someone gets hit by a special move, they tend to just instantly use blast or strike. So if you use the special move right away, you can usually get them unless they actually know about the unit. Now, when I've fought against Super Saiyan 4, I usually know that the guy has another special move, so I usually just pause for a second for the opponent to use the special move so I can dodge him. But if you're someone who's new to the game, just climbing the ranks in PvP, you're most likely gonna get away with the double special move and kill the opponent very quickly. And even if you're a very skilled player, you can time that special move right, because that special move is gonna do a lot of damage, and to instantly get another one and have a chance to land another special move is very, very strong. Now, he has type neutral on his main ability, and his ultimate does hit decently hard, I feel like. Now, it's obviously not gonna be hitting as hard as Super Saiyan 3 Zenkai 7 Green Goku, which I feel like is a direct competition for him, because I do believe that at 6 stars he easily is better than the Zenkai 7 Green SSJ3 Goku. So he definitely is a unit that you feel like is an anniversary main headline unit, because he is strong, he is easy to use, but thankfully this time he isn't as free as Vegito Blue, because Vegito Blue was just too much. You just keep clicking on strike and every single unit is dead. So I feel like they did a very, very good job with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now, when Super Saiyan 4 Goku is the easier unit to use, I feel like they did a very good job with Zamasu as well. Zamasu can take a hit, which I do like. He has a lot of kit within him that helps him dominate, even though he is a very squishy unit, because he has that green card. He has type neutral. He hits very, very hard, and he does have that vanish recovery for 8 times, I think. So you're gonna be able to stay with him for a very long while, and his special moves gives him another green, so you can just stay with him in the field for a very, very long time. You can just annoy your opponent and kill every single one of them before they can even do anything against you. Now, yes, he does have very low defense, but if your opponent can't even land a hit on you, that doesn't really matter that much, does it? Now, since he doesn't really have that much competition in God Key, he's obviously going to be a mainstay on that team. However, God Key does have a lot of different variants these days. You have the green, green, yellow with Zenkai, Beerus, Vados, and Gogeta, or you can just have green, green, and then have yellow Zenkai 7 Vegeta, right? You have that variant. Now you also have the quote-unquote blast variant, where you have Vegeta Blue, where you have Vados or Beerus, and you also have Zenkai 7 Blue Goku. Or you can also just have Zamasu on there with or you have another variant that's more of endurance type of variant, where you can have Revival Goku, you have God Vegeta, you have Vados, these three just constantly healing each other. Now, you can have one of each color if you really want to have, but I feel like just going for one of these variants is going to be much better. Now, with Zamasu does a lot of damage with Strike, but he does suffer a bit when it comes to Blast. Now, when it comes to team building, I do think having Zamasu, having God Vegeta with him on God Key is going to help a lot, because they're both gonna share strike cards, and then you can have God Vegeta to cover you whenever you make a mistake, get hit by your opponent. Your opponent won't really be able to continue the combo when you have God Vegeta on there, who can tank very well, and with Vados he can honestly heal up literally the full HP while using his main ability. So you can do a lot of different variants on God Key with Zamasu, without Zamasu. Now when it comes to future, you can do when it comes to LFs, you can do LF Gohan, Rose, and Zamasu. I feel like this is going to be an extremely strong team, because Rose giving those bleeds to everyone is also going to be able to make use of the green card from Zamasu. Zamasu also can use of the green card. You have LF Gohan to cover too whenever you get in trouble. LF Gohan has that card destruction ability with key reduction, and LF Gohan is gonna have that cover knockback for Blast. Rose and Zamasu is gonna have cover knockback for Strike, so that team is gonna be very, very competent. And if you don't have Rose or LF Gohan, you can easily do Green Rose, who can also make use of Strike cards, Strike buffs. Green Rose, you have Zamasu, and you can easily have someone like Vegeta Blue, or you can have someone like the old purple Vegeta, or you can also have, if you have Rose, let's say you can have Rose, Green Rose, Zamasu. If you don't have the Rose but you have Future Gohan, you can easily replace them. So even though Zamasu might not do the best damage with Blast, you can kind of get around with it with his team builds. So he's definitely very, very strong unit. Now, when it comes to the other units, Vegeta Blue is definitely going to be lasting a very, very long time just because of his support. He does very, very good damage as well. Not gonna be the main DPS kind of damage, not gonna be the carry type of damage, but he's gonna do a lot of damage considering he's technically a support. Now he does get a lot of card draw with his green card. With his ultimate, he gets vanish as well. So there can be situations where you have plus 2 card draw speed. I don't really know for sure if he can get up to plus 3, but he can get a lot of card draw. He can get rushes very, very fast. But one thing I don't really like about him is that his green card kinda resets the combo. You're in the middle of the combo, the green card does give key, the green card does give card draw, but it kinda resets. So there are a lot of situations where you are doing a combo, you're using a green card, you get card draw, yes, but you have to kinda switch out because you don't have vanish. So it kinda doesn't work out sometimes, but it is definitely very, very strong regardless. and I can see him age very well because he is again a support type unit that can do very well damage while having a lot of card draw, while having that utility that gives you the vanish recovery. So that is gonna be very, very good. Now when it comes to Kefla, however, I do not really like that unit at all. I don't think his design is very good. He gets that vanish recovery. I do have a video on her showcase. I did use that ability multiple times to win 1v2, 1v3s, but I do still feel like that ability alone does not justify her not having card draw speed, not having blast armor, not having the feint that her older variant had, and I just feel like she's a bit disappointing for a Kefla unit. Now Kefla units are pretty hyped, so it is very disappointing, especially since she's an anniversary unit and she doesn't really fit on fusions very well. And I do use females very, very often. Whenever I'm grinding for top 1k, top 100, I do use female warriors very, very often, and I would rather run any other female warriors than her, because 18 is definitely not getting replaced ever. We have Vados, who is very, very good, who gives support to the whole team. Even though I don't use her, I usually use Green 21, who is, I don't see people talk about her at all, but I feel like if you use her correctly, she is absolutely broken. But I will do a showcase of the female warrior, so I guess we can talk about her then. But we have Blue Zenkai 721, who can tank whenever I get in trouble, who can also deal a lot of debuffs and buffs the team. So she is definitely not getting replaced, for me at least. So I don't really see any need for a red unit when she's not really strong enough for me to justify removing a unit from the team to run her. Now when it comes to the GT units, I literally do not see anyone run those GT units. Even though I fight against Super Saiyan 4 Gojitas basically every other match, I don't fight them at all. I did fight one Ice Shinron yesterday, but he was at 2 stars, and obviously at 2 stars he's not gonna be able to do anything against my Zenkai teams. And Nova Shenron, I have literally not fought a single Nova Shenron, so I don't really know what he's all about. But I do have him, but I refuse to use him because I don't have a GT team and he doesn't have a single tag that I can use him on. And I'm definitely not using yellow blue with the Nova Shenron of all people, so that's obviously out of the picture. So I do think those two, even though those two have that wombo combo thing where you take out your opponent's vanish, lock them in, then rush, but I don't know, I haven't had that happen to me, and I don't see anyone run those units. And I think that just shows that you could have the most broken unit in the game, but if they don't look good, if they're not aesthetically pleasing, no one's really gonna run them. So I think it's justifiable for me to say that if the units are going to be, I think it's very justifiable when I say that if a unit is literally not being used, I think they're a little bit underwhelming. Okay, I'm sorry. I think that's a very fair thing to say from me. Now when it comes to the EX unit, I don't really have most of them, so any of them I think, so I can't really tell. I do hope that I can get purple Super 17 at least, so I can use him on my Android's team, which is gonna be very nice. The Rose is a 2-star. Rose is an EX that is a defense unit. Now if I've been concerned about an LF being a defense unit at 2 stars. Now you can already tell what I feel about the Rose. Now I did see the video of Goresh showcasing him, and he seemed to be tanking fine, but come on, we have the Gogeta Blue, who is probably one of the most underrated units in the game, who is miles ahead of that Rose. We have God Vegeta, we have Champa, who is definitely better than that unit. On future, we have LF Gohan, who I don't think I really have to tell people how broken he is. He's easily one of the better LFs in the game. So I think it's very obvious that he is definitely not gonna be used a lot, which is a shame because he is Rose, and I don't really know what's Legends obsession with giving us EX Goku Blacks. I mean, just imagine. I don't think I'd ever imagine an EX Rose. Now Rose got an LF the other day, and so he is an LF for the unit that's getting an EX. It's like Gogeta Blue getting an EX. It's just weird to me, but whatever. Now the EX Red Baby is just you might as well not pull him. He is so worthless. And EX Gotenks, I think it's obviously gonna be better to run the old Kefla. Now, if you don't have the old Kefla at least 6, I am actually envious of you, because I don't think there's been a lot of people who don't have them at 6 stars unless you're a new player. So because she just likes to pop up on everyone's screen when we are summoning. Okay. So the units, I think, outside of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Zamasu and Purple Vegeta Blue, other ones are honestly not gonna be around for a while, because first of all, they're not gonna have a solid spot on all of the teams. And yes, Nova Shenron and Ice Shenron are the best blue and yellow on the team, but the problem is the Super Saiyan 4 Zenkais exist, and why would you ever run the Ice Shenron and Nova Shenron when you have Zenkai Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Zenkai Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who are giving buffs, where Goku especially is giving buffs to GT tag. So those 3 Super Saiyan 4s are gonna work very well, because I do think Vegeta gives buffs to a special move and ultimate damage when he deals ultimate, and he uses his ultimate, and he obviously is, being a Zenkai unit, is obviously going to hit very, very hard compared to those other 2 units. And come on, why would you rather run anything else when you can run triple Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Vegeta and Gogeta, right? And when it comes to the bench, we have Super 17, who gives the Zenkai 7 buff to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and if you pull Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you can just use the free multi-Z power to get him to 3 stars, and there you have a very, very strong team with Gogeta being the tank. Goku can also tank, Goku can also support, and Vegeta is just a dominant blast unit. And Vegeta Blue being the support unit is obviously going to last a very, very long time, especially since Blue Vegeta is still being used, and I do see a lot of people saying he's better than Blue Vegeta, which is very absurd. But I do understand, because because people have been using that unit for such a long time, and he has aged a long time ago, but people still use him because he is still a good unit, but he's definitely nowhere as strong as the new Vegeta Blue. And Zamasu being the only and the strongest red unit that can be viable right now, is obviously going to stay relevant for quite a while. Now, even though I did praise the 3 units, Vegeta Blue, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Zamasu, I still would say that if you're someone who's been running Zenkai 7 Super Saiyan team with Bardock, Gogeta, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, or the Zenkai 7 Purple Super Saiyan Broly. I think if you have a Zenkai team before Android's Super Saiyan 1, you are probably gonna be just fine. You don't really have to stress too much to get the anniversary units. Now I know the anniversary units are obviously gonna be high, you're obviously gonna want to use those units because the Zenkai units being broken, they are still old units, right? And old units are still gonna have old card art, old animations, old voice lines. You've been using those units for so long, and it can definitely get boring. When I was grinding for top 100, it did get very boring. I didn't play the game for weeks after I got done with the grind because I've been using the same thing over and over, fighting the same teams over and over. So if you're someone who is very competitive, you don't have to stress for the new units. If you have the old units, they're gonna do just fine, just as fine as before. So that's the thing before. And if you're someone who just can't pull any new units, which does definitely happen, it's happening to me right now. I can't pull the new LF units, I just get the old ones again and again, even though I don't get the old ones that I need, like the Zenkai units, but whatever. So if you're someone who doesn't want to chance it still, so you can definitely just use the units you have right now. And another thing you could do, if you really don't trust your luck, you can just skip the banners right now, get some Zenkais done, and when it's December, these units are probably gonna come back. And if Vegito Blue was assigned, Gogeta and Zamasu are coming back over and over and over again. Or you can just wait for New Year's, summon on the guaranteed LF banners. Those banners did have Vegito Blue. So Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 is definitely, probably, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be on the banners. So when it comes to the units, as I said, Zenkais are still gonna be your go-to, but you can still go by without Zenkais if you have a team like Future where the LFs are actually very strong. You have powerful opponent where you can get away without Zenkais, but usually Zenkais are gonna be the way when if you're looking to be very competitive. And when it comes to the units, I do still believe that Gohan is still the best unit in the game. 18 can definitely be way more intimidating than him, but when the Gohan hits the last man standing buff, there's nothing. 18 can't even get 18 doesn't even stand a chance. Even if 18 was blue, Gohan would still be way better than her, because the last man standing buffs are just way too strong. Now, and for the part 2 of the anniversary, we might, I don't know if this is already part 2, I don't think it is part 2, but I think we're gonna get a Super Vegito, Zenkai 7, the old purple one. Now, it's gonna be very awkward if he does get Zenkai, because the anniversary unit is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He's still gonna be up for a month. So within a month, if a purple unit gets Zenkai and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta just gets trashed by him, it's definitely gonna be very awkward for people to want to summon for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta at that point. But he does have the type neutral, so I guess that's not that big of a deal. But the Super Saiyan Gogeta Zenkai 7 we just got, he seems more of an option, a fun little option, rather than a mainstay, because Vegito Blue is definitely going to work much better with the current fusion cast we have right now. Now, considering the banners are going to be up for 30 days, obviously the anniversary is gonna be live for 30 days, if not 2 months, because the last year, the second year anniversary, just didn't want to stop whatsoever. I think it's because it was second year anniversary, they thought why not have 2 months of anniversary. So I don't know if this time they're gonna go for 3 months, because it's the 3-year anniversary, who knows. Now for the future, I do hope that part 2 or part 3 they do give us one of those ultra units. I'm hoping for Ultra Spirit Sword of Hope Trunks. He's gonna be very fun to use, especially if he's a free unit, because Ultra Goku isn't really that impressive. It's honestly Bardock's fault. Because of Bardock, they just have to tone down every single unit. I have no idea why they did not give that Goku Blast Armor, and I have no idea why they did not give that Goku's green card Ki Recovery, because you have 20 Ki, you use that ability, you use the green card, you get them in a combo, but you don't have Ki to continue that combo, so that's just a very weird thing to do as a design choice. But if he just got 60 or 40 even, you could at least just chain in a strike, then use main ability to get some Ki or something. But especially considering he gets cards. Now imagine you have 60 Ki, you just use the green card, you have 2 strikes, you can use them, right? But what do you do after that? You're not gonna get enough Ki. So why give us 4 cards when you can't even use most of them, because you don't gain any Ki from that green card? So it's just one of those self-contradictory abilities that Legends seem to be implementing these days. So I would just like one of those Ultra cards, because aesthetically they do look very good, right? That Goku aesthetically looks very good, the animations are very good. Now if you can give the players an Ultra Trunks, right, it's gonna be very hype. It's definitely gonna be hype because everyone's gonna be able to use him. Now there is a downside to Ultra units being free to play, because free to play units are definitely gonna be relying on that 14 star stats, and the problem with Goku was that he is not gonna be better than Super Saiyan Gogeta, obviously, but the problem with him was that you had to do 3 seasons of PvP, you had to do co-op, and you had to have an insane amount of rare medals to even complete the unit. So there's a situation where you have the unit for months but you cannot use them because you can't soul boost them, or you just don't have them at enough stars where the units are competitive, and by the time you complete the unit it's just not hype enough because that unit has been in your box sitting there for 2 months or more. So that's just one thing I will say that is negative when it comes to the Ultra units being free and farmable. But I do feel like giving us a free unit of Ultra Rarity before you get them as a summonable unit is going to be definitely very high, especially for the anniversary. Now I would imagine they introduced the Ultra unit before so they can do something special for the anniversary. So I hope that they do the Trunks, because you know the Trunks is the direct counter of the Zamasu, and that would be just a very fun thing to do, because you're running the future team, you have the Trunks, you just got the anniversary unit. That Trunks is going to be just a fun little addition on the team, just like how we got the Zenkai 7 Trunks before Trunks on the 2nd year anniversary. So it's just going to be something that, you know, it came back around. We got the free Zenkai 7 last year, we got the Ultra this year, so I think that would be very cool. So yeah, those were my thoughts on the 3rd year anniversary of Dragon Ball Legends, and I will make another video by the end of the anniversary to talk about my thoughts on the overall anniversary. But yeah,